Okay, getting set for race number 8 from Red Shores in Charlottetown this afternoon as the horses swinging behind the Metro Home Building Center starting gate. Let's go back upstairs to Vance Cameron for the call.
Oh, and Peter, it's nice to see the boom just like that shirts are still hanging out here at Charlottetown. They're lining up as PEI calls Stakes Super Saturday here at the driving park. Darby's Fancy, Tobin's Gem, Roll with the Warden, Fire and Blood, 0260, Sporty Anthony. There's a half a dozen of the 2-year-olds with their noses on the gate. Gold Division, 18,600 on the line. Post time. Rough and pacing. Sporty Anthony firing from the far outside. Going with him is 0260. Then up the rail and a racing from third. That's Darby's Fancy. Fourth around the turn is a Roll with the Warden. Then racing from fifth, Fire and Blood. And the trailer after a miscue. That is Tobin's Gem. And the 2-year-old facing Colts. They get strung out here in the early going. Led to the quarter by 0260. And he's Gilberto. Sporty Anthony tucked away with a 2-hole ride. Darby's Fancy around the turn third. 28. 3 was the front quarter mile time. Racing fourth, Roll with the Warden with the leaders fifth. That's Fire and Blood in the backfield. Tobin's Gem, the trailer. They approach the opening half mile. On the lead, 0260. Getting them halfway home in the gold. Sporty Anthony goes second, racing third. Darby's Fancy, then fourth, Roll with the Warden. Fire and Blood fifth. And the trailer, Tobin's Gem, 58. And to the half, they're still in straight alignment around the paddock turn, arriving at 5/8 now, led by 0260. Sporty Anthony, the 2-hole ride, Darby's Fancy third. There goes Fire and Blood on the move in the outside fourth, and coming out in the middle now, Darby's Fancy. They arrive at 3/4 next. Here's Darby's Fancy on the outside, now the leader. 0260 is second. On the outside third, Fire and Blood. Sporty Anthony at the rail fourth. 3/4 in 1, 28 and 4, and they're homeward bound. 0260. Darby's Fancy, Fire and Blood. Sporty Anthony up the rail, and Roll with the Warden on the wire. Here he is. 0260. Barrio's got a PEI Colt Stakes Grand Slam. Second, Darby's Fancy, Sporty Anthony third. 156. 3. Closing quarter went 27-4.
Okay, here's the slow-mo for race number 8 from Red Shores in Charlottetown this afternoon. PEI Colt Stakes, 2-year-old Colts in the gold, 18,600 on the line, and the slow-mo brought to you by Universal Media. I talked in the pre-race. This horse had a really good summary this year. 9 starts, 3 wins, a second and 4 thirds, up over 23,000 in the bank, and Jill didn't wait long. 0-60 was on the front here in a heartbeat. 28-3 for the 5, 58-2. At that point, Sporty Anthony was second, Darby's Fancy third. They went to the backside, and Darby's Fancy came out to challenge 5 late. 128-4. They tripped the 3/4. Barrio still has enough with 0-60. After they got front early, they hang around late to win. 156-3, 0-60, and Barrio in the Crown Rust Proofing winner circle. Next.
0260 into the 8th race winner's circle. Bay Pacing Gelding 2 by Tobago Case from the Amerifan Gigolo Dam, J.J. Mistress. Home of the Ultimate Stable at Greater Lakeport, New Brunswick, bred by Jamie McKinley. Trained by Sifoy Melanson. Gilles Barrios having a PEI Colt Stakes day. That's win number 4 for the Grand Slam, and the Colt paces to a new record of 156 and 3. 0260. And the Barrio Grand Slam in the PEI Colt Stakes.
Also, the Prince Edward Island Standardbred Horse Owners Association proud to present today's blanket. From providing group benefits to offering education support for owners, trainers, grooms, and drivers, the PEI Standardbred Horse Owners Association works to strengthen harness racing here at home, and we're committed to ensuring the future of the sport while celebrating the traditions that make PEI racing so special. So congratulations to the connections from all of us at the PEI Standardbred Horse Owners Association.